This is DRF Race of the Day. Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF Race of the Day for Friday, November the 12th, race number 7 at Del Mar. Let's throw up the field for this 5-furlong turf sprint for California-bred fillies and mares. It's a non-winners of one other than optional, $20,000, the optional claiming price. You can play the race with DRF Bets, and you can download free formulator past performances on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Morning line favorite, Mike, the number 6, Outrageous, is sharp, coming off a victory, but that was in Northern California over the synthetic. We'll have to find out if she's as good on turf.
Yeah, I think that's the main question of the race. Her overall form, at least especially her recent form, is pretty good. She's back with Peter Miller too, off of a win last time, but her only turf start is only okay.
She's adaptable from a pace standpoint, however. We throw up the Timeform US pace projector. Outrageous, the 6, 2 of her 3 wins have come in gate-to-wire fashion. The last win came from mid-pack. She should be up close here. The number 2, Akai, has speed. 6, Outrageous. But I think Mamba Queen is the speed of the speed, and I think she's going to clear off.
Yeah, I thought the 7 was going to probably make the front here as well. I do expect the favorite Outrageous to go forward, but she doesn't necessarily seem like a horse who needs the lead. It'll be interesting to see what kind of trip the one Lava Lane can get from down there, because that horse hasn't always been lucky in her trips, but she does have a little bit of tactical speed.
She also would benefit from a good pace, however, beaten favorite or in 2 of her last 3 starts, including this race. Now winners of one other than going 5/8 at Del Mar on September the 3rd. We see Lava Lane on the outside. She doesn't change leads in the stretch, but she is running on late. She earned a career best 74 Beyer speed figure. She runs well fresh, and she might get the right setup.
Yeah, maybe she'll just get a good trip this time. And not that she had a bad trip in that race that we just watched there. I thought overall she did get a good trip, but maybe just got a little too far away early. The winner of that race did go wire to wire, and Lava Lane, as well as she ran and as hard as she tried to catch her, she just couldn't quite get there. Had a little bit of a trip 2 starts back as well, and what has turned out to be a really live race. I don't know. I just think her overall form is pretty good, and she looks like a major player in here to me.
The number 2, Akai, finished 5th in the race we just saw you behind Lava Lane. Then she returned to run 3rd here in an open non-winners of 2 life claimer. We watch Akai, who showed good early speed and should be close to the pace in this race on Friday, actually pokes a neck in front at about the 3/16 pole, and then just kind of finishes in a one-paced fashion for 3rd. 19 starts, only 1 win.
Yeah, and that's the reason I'm sure that Doug O'Neill dropped her last time, just to see what would happen. She got the right trip in that race, wasn't good enough once again. Her race 2 back, I mean, she ran fine, but she was closest to that wire-to-wire winner and was no match in the stretch.
It's been over 3 years since the 3 Shylock Eddies reached the winner's circle. This horse has shown some ability in her races. Her running style often gets her in a little bit of trouble, however, so she's at the mercy of race and pace luck. And last time out going 6.5, I think that was the situation. She fell far behind a slow pace. She came with a little bit of a run, but she couldn't overcome the tactical advantage the front runners had.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she's just had too many chances to really get that excited about her, Dan, especially at 4-1. She is a 4-time winner, but she's 0 for 24 on the grass.
The winner of that last race did come back to run 3rd against open one other thens with a 75 Beyer. Keep Your Coil is very lightly raced. She's going to be trying turf for the first time in only her 4th lifetime start. I actually don't mind this pedigree for turf. I know that Coil is only 1 for 49 with first-time turf runners. I think overall the Coils do okay on the grass. Unusual Heat, the broodmare sire, a good turf influence. The Dam won a couple of times on the grass as well.
Yeah, the Dam did win on the turf a couple of times. That's good. She has dropped a few other foals who haven't really been any good. I don't know how good this horse turns out to be either. Probably not for me, Dan, as she makes her turf debut, but it's not like she lands in the toughest field in the world.
Righteously, the 5 is going to be a big price, and this is a 6-time winner that's only campaigned twice on turf in the past. Both of those races going longer in Northern California against open company, but she won one of them, and she just missed in this race on May the 8th, where she loomed boldly for 12-5. The claim was voided by the vet. She just missed by a neck, but she came out of this race and won 3 in a row, 2 on dirt, 1 in a mixed race. She's versatile. I'm not too worried about her at 5. I'm curious to see if she's good enough.
Yeah, that was my bigger concern more than anything else. I guess I don't care too much about her switching back to the grass. As you say, she's been competitive in both of her turf starts against much cheaper horses.
Peter Miller just scored with Hotrageous and a now winners of one other than Open Allowance on to Peter. Drops her in for the 20 here as she returns to turf. Let's watch Hotrageous's effort. She beat 3 next out winners in this spot. We see her in between horses. She turns into the stretch and she's going to kind of grind these horses down and just get in front. The wire came in the nick of time because you're going to see a horse rally up the rail to just miss.
Yeah, she's just going to get by the horses in front now, and then she's just going to hold on herself here, gets the job done. I'm with you. I think it was more game than anything else. It's hard to be that impressed by that win. Dan, my biggest concern with her is just the fact that I really don't like her only other turf start to date. I know it was early on. I know it was going 6.5, and maybe she just didn't want that distance. I didn't think she ran well at all that day.
I thought she had a good trip that day and just came up flat in the stretch. Now, as you mentioned, it was earlier in her career. She was wearing blinkers. Ever since the blinkers have come off, maybe she's improved a little bit. 2-1, not a great price, though, on the 6 Hotrageous. She is yet to win on turf. Mamba Queen is the 7. She scored in gate-to-wire fashion at Golden Gate. Let's watch that effort. And Mamba Queen's game is speed. She went to the front in here. I thought this was a legitimate pace she carved out, 20-4 for the opening quarter mile, and she keeps on rolling. Maybe this filly is starting to figure the game out. She's relatively lightly raced. She needs a big jump up from a buyer's standpoint, however.
Yeah, I took a step forward to win this race, and I'm with you. I thought she ran well in here. Probably has to take one more step forward to beat this field now that she's out of the maiden ranks. I don't really have a big argument against her, though, Dan. I like her speed. I like that she's lightly raced. I feel like she could improve in this race, and if she does, she might be tough to catch.
Top pick time for the Friday race of the day. Mike's going with Lava Lane, who should be running hard in the stretch, and I think has a little bit more tactical speed than Timeform US gives her credit for.
Yeah, I thought that she could be closer as well. Overall, Dan, I just feel like maybe she's faced better fields than this in her last 2 starts, and I thought she ran fine in both of those races.
She's my second pick, and in many ways, I think she's the horse to beat. I liked Hotrageous until I saw that morning line just about a moment ago. 2-1 seems to me a little bit light, but she should be right in the thick of things when the field turns into the stretch. She just seems very well spotted by trainer Peter Miller. 6-1-4-7 for me, 1-7-6-3 for Mike. It's the Friday race of the day, the 7th at Del Mar. Good luck.